What's up, guys? We're back in the Diecast room, the Hot Wheels Museum. Today we're going to be looking at Greenlight dually drivers, and exclusives. A whole bunch of stuff that I've been hoarding away here in the basement, and lots of things to show you. I'm going to actually start this by turning the camera around. We're going to take a look at the Junk Yard Diorama behind me here, and also just a few sneak peek on a few other videos that will be upcoming shortly. So let's get this turned around now and look at some cars. First, let's take a quick look at the diorama, because I do get quite a few questions in my comments on a lot of the videos, which I appreciate, guys. Please like the video if you like it, smash the old like thing, and comment if you have time. Always appreciate the comments, reading those. Feel the support through that, and it's wonderful. This is often where the cars end up, especially the patinaed ones, is in the junkyard. Any rusty patinaed vehicles, demolition derby cars. Well, there's a whole bunch of mixture of vehicles in here. A lot of Greenlight, Auto World, Johnny Lightning, M2. Not much else, really. There's a few off brands, I guess. Not really off brands, just brands that aren't those four. And there's the back 40, full of Daytonas and Mustangs and Corvettes. Whole mixture of strange import vehicles as well. A few pickup trucks. And now what you've all been waiting for, dually drivers, Series 5. 6 awesome rigs, tow trucks, crane trucks, flatbeds, and some pickup trucks. Did snag myself a green machine, and yes, it was in the wild. I actually got this full set at my local Walmart just the other day, so I was just absolutely stoked about that. And cool rigs in there. We're gonna get all of those out of their packages in just a moment, but first, these Greenlight exclusives, the reason why I call that is they each, almost all of them anyways, have a Greenlight exclusive tab up in the top right corner, and it does vary from year to year and model to model sometimes. But they're not exclusive in that they're very hard to find. If you shop online, they're quite easy. And even many hobby shops are able to stock these as well. So these are pretty easy to pick up. I'm not sure of the numbers that they make these in, the quantities. But some models obviously sell out quicker than others based on the interest of the vehicles. But as you can see, the artwork on these exclusives is quite unique. Each one is different. Some of them have themes, like these Indianapolis 500 series vehicles, each vehicle representing its year that it was actually used in the Indy 500. And in some cases, some of the packages has a lot of information on the back about the vehicle itself. Take, for example, this Ford T5, which to most people looks like a Mustang. Well, they've got quite a story on the back, so that's neat. And I will review that for the models that do have it, but most of these models, well, that one has a story as well. Most of these models don't have a story and just have either a picture or, yeah, well, they're pretty cool. We'll take a look at each of them, spin them around. Everything's already pre-cut and coming out of the package quickly for a loose review. But first, of course, dually drivers. First truck out of the package, of course, was my green machine. Interestingly, the green is not metallic like I'm used to. It's a solid green. And I'm not really sure why, if it's a new thing they're doing for some or all of the vehicles. But looks pretty good. I like the green enamel wheels, although blue would probably match better. And I've got a blue trailer here to demonstrate the fifth wheel attachment, as it actually clipped in quite nice. It really just spring mounted into the back of this truck bed. Well, you can see it just came out, but with a little bit of glue, some other persuasions, it's quite a fun little toy to play with on the diorama. And we've crashed. Here comes the second Ford. It's a 2019 F350 Lariat. Probably my favorite one in the set here for the Fords. Really like that bright red, plastic base, dually tires. Representing Chevrolet, we've got two 3500 series Silverados. One's a 2015, the other a 2018. They really don't look too much different to me. Flatbed with toolboxes on this silver model, and the hitch for your smaller trailers from the Greenlight series. Gotta love those big mirrors sticking out as well. True DUALLY tires on all of them. I've noticed my toolboxes are a bit crooked, hoping to be able to straighten those out. And this model is my favorite just because look at that paint job. I like blue, and I think the blue looks really good on this truck. Has the functioning tow part here that can actually move a vehicle. It won't support the vehicle, but it will move it, even on rough terrain, as you can see. Oh, we just hit the cop truck. Two awesome models here, both very utilitarian. We've got the Wrecker, and it's a different Wrecker on the back as well compared to the Chevrolet. I'm going to show that to you in comparison here. Also got this crane truck with those big utility storage box on it and all the diamond plate in the back. Really looks good. I feel like these Dodge Ram models are really well represented by the casting itself. I think they've done a really nice job capturing the look of these trucks. They're all really nice models. And let's take a look at the Chevy Wrecker versus the Dodge Ram's Wrecker. It's really nice to see them side by side. Different booms on them. Check out the height of the boom on this Dodge Ram. Completely different backs on these trucks, which is really nice and great if you're a customizer. If you have a different pickup truck cab that you'd like to use, you've got your choice from Greenlight on which attachments fit the truck best. I like them both a lot, and overall, I think this is a really good set, Series 5. Really good set from the DUALLY Drivers series. Now, let's get on with the show. So many more vehicles to look at. I said this was going to be quick, so I'm going to make it quick. There's the packaging. Looks the same on the back for this one pretty well. Celebrating 150 years. BF Goodrich. 2015 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. Pretty cool. Any opening parts? No, none that I can remember on this vehicle. Solid rubber tires. The roof does come off, revealing the roll cage. And is it a roller? Let's find out. It's a roller! We've got a roller. Okay, the next one. 87 GMC High Sierra. This one is the Public Works, Arlington Heights, Illinois. Oh, there's a big long story about that. You can pause if you like. Cool truck. This one has the separate hood piece, but it doesn't open on this model. It does come with a hitch that's compatible with the Hitch and Tow series trailers. A really nice looking light bar on it. Separately cast hood. And just overall nice piece here with good wheels. And is it a roller? Looks like a roller. Whoa, almost rolled right off the table. That one rolls so well. Okay. 94 Ford Crown Victoria, New York Taxi on the back. Zip. I really like this car. It's not one I expected to have seen Greenlight make initially, and just really nice. Caught me off guard to see that they're making these big four-door cars throughout the 90s, representing a variety of brands. This one does have an opening hood, but it takes me a while to get it open. So we'll leave it at that. Good solid piece. Nice to round out your Ford Crown Victoria collection. Okay, that one doesn't quite need the tow truck, but it was getting close. No, I'm just kidding. Brum, brum. Okay. Got a whole bunch of Checkered Cabs here. I'm actually going to do 3 at once. Here's the interesting thing about Checkered Cabs. They never really changed appearance at all. The trim levels were pretty well the same for 20 years or more. And obviously I'm not a checker taxi historian, but here you get an example to see a 63, a 71, and an 82. I just really like the Checkered Cab. It gives me fond memories of New York from yesteryear. And not that I was in New York, but I watched enough movies with Checkered Cabs growing up in them that that was where my fondness must have come from. So here you have a nice black painted version, great graphics on it. If I zoom in on every car, then the video is going to take quite some time, but it really does show the level of detail that can be achieved now with today's printers and casting machinery. This is a really nice model that they've done a lot of details, not only on the top, but the chassis as well. They is in Greenlight, so that's why I buy so many of these particular cars. I don't, oh, what's on the back of this series here? Checker, that's the checker car, checker. I don't buy every castings paint job, but some cars I actually do, or try to. And if I forgot to mention, the hood does open on this beautiful model. Wheels a nice little engine. Tisdale Cabco, 5 cents per mile. That was the 1971. Nice smooth top on that. If you're looking for a casting that doesn't have a little roof piece, that's a good one if you're customizing for stock versions, paint jobs perhaps. The 82 Checkered Cab. It's got a great paint job. I like it. Let's zoom in. Bright green on this one. And just a really cool model. All right, we've got a 3 Checkered Cab taxi race. Are they good rollers? Uh-oh. I hope they just got caught. We have a non-roller and another non-roller and a lumpy roller. Tires may need a little bit of massaging. I can see we've got a little bit of a wonky tire, but that's not a big deal. It's easy to turn some of these cars back into rollers, but not always. This one's got a wonky front wheel. But once back on the rim, these cars actually roll just fine. Okay, the 72 American Motors Taxi. AMC Matador. Got 2 of these cars, so I'll get both of them open up at the same time as well. On the back, a bit of information about this vehicle. That's always the nicest information to get. For me anyways, I really like this sort of stuff. Great to see. You can pause on that. If you're into the AMC Matadors, let's take a look at these models. And this one just has the basic yellow paint job. Matador cab. So, pretty basic paint job for this one. No opening parts, but I really like this little model. It's a unique car that you don't see on the roads, and never, not in my lifetime, I didn't see a lot of these cars around. Before my time. But obviously quite an enthusiast following. Greenlight's making models of these as well. It's nice to see some of these older models are being appreciated. Even as the years march forward and automobiles continue to become quite evolved from where they were. Before we go further in this video, let's stop and take a look at the engines of the cars that I didn't get the hoods open of previously, because they are noteworthy. It's part of the appeal of opening up the cars, is opening up the hoods as well. And check out the details on this Checkered Cab. Reservoir tanks are painted. The caps are even painted. I can't zoom in any closer, unfortunately. That's why the camera's shaky as it is. But that is a very detailed engine under the hood of the Checkered Cab. So for me, that's a treasure hunt in itself. Thank you, Greenlight. I do appreciate that. And I'm sure many others do as well. 79 Jeep CJ7 Golden Eagle. Check this vehicle out. I like the packaging too. Same on both sides. And what will we discover? Let's take a closer look at this vehicle because it is pretty small. And it has the removable roof. Very cool. Love the decorations. Nice wheels on it. And check out the paint details on the doors. Door handles. Wicked interior. That looks great. And just as easily as it comes off, the top goes back on and is secured by a couple little pins in the back. So actually, Stays on there really good, which is great. And it looks to be a roller. It's a fast one. Now they always say don't smash your toys, especially when they're fragile, but these ones actually hold on pretty good. 79 Ford Mustang. This has got to be one of my favorite new vehicles I've picked up lately. And in 1979, the winner was Rick Mears of the Indianapolis 500. Pardon my stutter. Here we go. Lots of details on this car. Terrific details. Let's zoom right in for a closer look. Official pace car. Check out the ghosting out, fading out, however you want to call it. Mustang horses on the side of the fender. And the tail lenses. Looks great. I like those stripes on the back. And this model, does it have an opening hood? Yes, it does. Open. There we go. I got it. Another really nicely detailed engine in there. Okay. Let's take a look at the other model. I have another 79 Mustang. This one's from the Detroit Grand Prix. And there's the artwork of the car on the back. Really quite nice. Period correct. The laser lines. 79 Ford Mustang. Their model. This one's got some, looks to be a different valence perhaps. No, different hood for sure. And nice tight lines in the hood, so that's why it's so difficult to get these things open. Most of the time I have to resort to using my little tiny wee hobby knife. But oh, there we go. It worked. Gotta be careful you don't chip the paint that way. Same engine. Apologies for the camera moving in and out of focus once again. You think in the year 2020, Samsung could make a camera lens that knows what to look at. Come on! Next one out is a Mustang, but it's a German Mustang and hence called a T5. I did my reading on this one. It's got quite an interesting story, but basically these were the designations for the Ford Mustang in certain parts of Europe, and especially, well, at least Germany. 76 Ford T5. And these would remain that name while named Mustang here in North America for many, many years and generations of Mustang cars, or T5s. So, expect to see more of these. Oh, I just about dragged the knife across the hood. And that's what you don't want. But, let's see. Did I do any damage? We're going to do a damage inspection. Nope. That's as far as the hood's going to open for us, though. Maybe. Don't break it. Nice. What a nice looking model. Really good. I just love these little cars because they really weren't that popular for very long after their initial production, if at all. But now they obviously hold a special nostalgia for many a Mustang fan, T5 fan as it were, and they have a nice, pleasing look to them these days. At least for me, I think they're quite nice looking little cars. Make a great little diecast model, anyways. I wouldn't want to drive one personally. I think there's probably a different car I would choose, but still, that's a great little model. Quite happy with that one. And another vehicle I probably wouldn't want to drive, but then again, hey, maybe I would. A 1969 Ford Club Wagon. I do like the vans. They're quite useful. This one has a story as well. Nothing crazy, but you can pause on that. There is some information about the wheelbase lengths of the vehicles available, but most of the articles cut off the side. It's really just a kind of like when you see newspaper wallpaper. Same thing. Not really intend to read the full article. So here I see a flaw, unfortunately, on mine. It has a big lump of blue paint or something stuck on the top. But looking past sometimes the occasional flaw, this is a good model. One part I've checked in the past now is that the front tires turn, because sometimes the fenders were curling in, and it does not appear to be a problem on this model. But maybe if it suffered an impact at the factory on the front, it would push the metal behind this grill into the front tire. Not an issue on this van though, and it's a nice looking one. We are missing an O at the back in the Ford. We got the Ford. We have a Ford here, boys and girls. Should have been an O on that back barn door. I like it. It gives it a sense of authenticness. The O has fallen off as this emergency van went careening down the streets. 1969. Roller? It is. It's a roller. Those Mustangs were all rollers, by the way. Great little rollers. Okay, next vehicle out is another van, and this one is probably one of my favorite vans now from my van collection. I just really like it. 60th Indianapolis 500 commemorative GMC van. On the back, winner Johnny Rutherford. Officially licensed product with an official picture. Does not have this particular van driving down the road, which would be super cool. I think Greenlight should make that car right there. I can't remember what the name is, but I remember seeing one of those recently. Cool car. Grand Prix, was the Pontiac Grand Prix maybe? A big old Buick. Here we have the GMC. This is one thing we know for sure. And transportation. I don't like that the wheels stick out as far as they do. I feel like they stick out a little bit too far. Let's go for a closer look. But that can be remedied, and that's really just the diecast perfectionist in me. But in real life, this van probably wouldn't have wheels sticking outside of each fender flare as well, as this van does feature fender flares. Really nice paint job on this, though, if that isn't evident already. Very cool van. All metal, of course. Looks good next to the emergency van collection. It's a roller. We've got more Indianapolis vehicles to look at, and they're both pickup trucks. 85 GMC High Sierra and a 65 Dodge D200. Again, some pictures. Danny Sullivan, winner of 1985, and Jim Clark, winner 1965. Quite a difference in automobile racing gear there, wouldn't you say? Very cool. Very cool. Greenlight idea popped to my head just now. They should put that car as a trailer set with the truck, the official Pace truck. Wouldn't that be fun? Not very realistic, I realize, but it would be fun. This one has a tonneau cover and an elastic band from the factory. So while we search for the focus on the camera, take that elastic off. These little rubber bands over time, if you are not an opener of your vehicle, they often will get paint or part of the tampo work stuck to them, as you can see. Even here, little red flakes. So another reason to open your models and enjoy them is to prevent damage from being actually in the plastic. So long as you're storing them properly and not smashing them into each other constantly, like I seem to be doing here. Don't worry, I have not seen any damaged Greenlight models yet. Quite sturdy pieces. And that tonneau cover does indeed come off. It snaps on nice and tight. GMC Indie Hauler. It is an Indie Hauler, so yes, it hauled the Indy cars. It should come with an Indy car. And the next one out. Dodge builds tough trucks. Yes, what a great model. Very heavy. This is one of Greenlight's older castings. Opening hood and toolbox. Definitely a good roller, no doubt about that. It's got the older wheel stance with the thicker tires that you often saw on Greenlights from 10 years ago or so, at least their castings. It just has a sturdy, heavy sound to it when rolling. Well, they pretty well all do, actually. They're all quite heavy vehicles. That is a lot of Greenlight vehicles. I hope you guys have enjoyed this lengthy video. Lengthy, as I have so many more Greenlights to open up. There they are, lots more down there, so likely going to see those soon. But next is going to be Auto World and Johnny Lightning. Hot Wheels fans, hold on, guys. I'm still working on these two. Year by year is coming. As we proceed through the winter months, I will try to get those out in a more consistent fashion. Thanks for sticking with me. Happy hunting, everyone.